right, everyone, we have some sad news. Laura Metzel will no longer be with us. She's going to another court. It's gonna be great for them to have you.
Thank you.
But you can always come to the 187.
I will come back many times, I promise, at least for the food. So,
all right, and let us know which court you're going to be in, because I know my mom will scream to find you.
yeah, I'm going to be in the 227th. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, bye, Mama Boy. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for everything. So,
all right, thank you.
Have fun with Marcus. So,
all right, and you have a safe trip to Louisiana.
I will. Hopefully there's no snakes or crocodile or alligators, whatever we have down there. So
there will not be. If they are, because it's Louisiana, they're very nice. They will come and greet you.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. The court is going to call 2021 CR 3110W, State of Texas versus Jesus Martinez. And I'm going to start us on the interpreter. Just 1 second. Yes, just give me a moment. There's an issue with our, here we are. Just 1 second. All right, are you able, Ms. Rios? All right, Norma, can you make sure that they switch the interpretation for Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome.
They're on their way.
All right, thank you. All right, and if everyone else could go on the English channel, please.
Sí, señora, sí la escucho. A veces se va la voz.
All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2021 CR 3110W, State of Texas versus Jesus Martinez. Where we left off, I was asking Mr. Nicholas, were you able to go over the documents with your client in Spanish?
I have been able to do that, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, did you review a document with your attorney? It's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that with your attorney and did you sign it?
Sí, señora.
And did you understand it?
Sí, señora.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Nicholas, did you review the document entitled Discovery Acknowledgement? And have you received all the discovery from the state? And did you review that discovery with your client?
I've received all the discovery and I've reviewed it with my client.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review a document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure?
Sí, señorita.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case, make a decision on whether or not to indict this case, and also that your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial?
Sí, señora.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Sí, señora.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Sí, señora.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information, and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Information with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Sí, señora.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
We are, Judge. There are a few changes to State's Exhibit 1 that Mr. Nicholas asked if we could correct when we get to that.
All right. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions?
Sí, señora.
And did you understand it?
Sí, señora.
State is proceeding on driving while intoxicated second. That's a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Sí, señora.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Sí, señora.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial,
Sí,
a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
sí, señora.
You understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights.
Sí, señora.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Sí, señora.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He's
señora.
assisted. I'm sorry.
Mr. Nicholas,
Yes, he's assisted me in any defense that he could present, Your Honor.
do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he's competent now, and he was legally sane at the time of the offense.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, señora.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, señora.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí, señora.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Sí, señora. Soy americano.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Mr. Martinez, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Sí, señora.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the defendant's punishment is to be assessed at 70 days in the Bexar County Jail, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Martinez?
Sí, señora.
Mr. Nicholas, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Martinez, did you review the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Sí, señora.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Sí, señora.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then, Mr. Martinez, to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Sí, señora.
Mr. Martinez, do you understand that you're charged with driving while intoxicated second?
Sí, señora.
And Mr. Martinez, are you here to enter a plea in this case?
Sí, señora.
These are the ways you can enter a plea. Either you can say not guilty, guilty, or no contest. So first question, are you pleading not guilty?
Sí, culpable.
So you wish to enter a plea of guilty?
Sí, señora.
State, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Yes, Judge, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and attachments, and we'd ask that you make a couple of corrections to the paperwork.
All right, and what are the corrections requested?
It's so in the waiver
Sí, señora.
indictment, the first line says that he's accused of the non-capital felony offense, and Mr. Nicholas asked if we could change that to misdemeanor offense.
What page is this on?
It's would be the 4th page.
No sé qué decir. Ay.
Okay, I'm on the. All right, Mr. Martinez, just give us a moment, please.
So-
I see.
They
Where
get separated, Judge. It's the waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03.
Oh, you're saying in the waiver.
Yes,
Oh, I thought you were saying in the stipulations.
sorry, in the steps too, but the first one is in the waiver.
It's under defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. The first paragraph.
All right, again, I was looking at the wrong page. And you're saying it's on page 4 of that document?
Well,
I think it's 6.
page 4 for me, but it all comes off as one, or send it all as one. I'm not sure how the clerks give it to you. It's normally when we do it in court, it's a separate page by itself.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so is it above or below the defendant's signature?
It's above. It's where it says, I, Jesus Martinez, the defendant in this cause, having this day appeared in open court with my counsel and having been duly sworn.
Okay, Stephen, if that's the only one you're concerned with, then Judge, it's in the court's, it's not in the waiver, it's in the court's admonishment and defendant's waiver.
Well, no, I'm also concerned about the other one.
Okay.
All right, I'm looking at defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions.
Oh.
I do not see in this first paragraph where it says non-capital offense. I see where it says DWI second, and it's not non-capital, but it says felony offense. So you want that changed to misdemeanor, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And where else are you speaking of?
Judge, is it okay if I screen share?
Yes.
So in this document, right here.
All right, just give me a moment. All right.
And then that one. And the only other time was here.
Sí, señora.
All right.
And that's all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So any objections to the state's exhibits 1 and attachments?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí, señora.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Sí, señora.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Sí, señora.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find the defendant guilty, and the court will find the defendant guilty of DWI second as a Class A misdemeanor. Are we proceeding with punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will sentence you to 70 days in the Bexar County Jail and give you credit for any time served. Was it the intentions of the party that he have a judgment satisfied or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Mr. Martinez, did you review a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Sí, señora.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Sí, señora.
All right, with that, we will close the record. Mr. Martinez, you can't drink and drive. If you continue doing this, somebody's going to end up maybe being killed from your actions. If you want to drink, stay at home and drink. If you want to drink and go out, walk. But don't ride a bicycle, don't drive a vehicle, don't get off the sidewalk when you're walking. Do you understand?
Sí, señora, sí entiendo. Perfectamente bien.
All right, and because you have this charge, and this is the DWI second, that tells me that you may have alcohol problems. So there are plenty of AA places you can have a meeting throughout San Antonio. All right, with that, we will end